There's the lineup. Boys start the 3,000. Right where the 5,000 starts. 12.5 laps. This event looked up a little bit with the rise of Kemoy Campbell with his departure. Hope's flatlined. Did a great job though, got to big finals and took down the Jamaican records at 5,000 and 10,000 to international respectability. Almost time now for the 5,000 meters. For boys.
A very international race, this one, Hubert. Kenyans for KC Gioko, Ethan Gioko, and Brian Kiprop. And Ponsa for Jamaica College. And Tete, 2 Ghanaians. And of course, Jamaicans represented as well in every other athlete on the field. So quite the international race, this one.
Gioko has won this event twice for KC Championships. And won the 1,500 meters earlier in the meet in Class 1. In second place now. He's a beautiful runner. His teammate Brian Kiprop comes on the outside. Gioko tends to run fields off their feet. 15:15 last year, his best. And here he strides into the lead with Kiprop going with him.
So JC and KC out with the early lead, separated themselves early from the pack. 4 runners out in front. Gioko of Kingston College leads at the moment. Right there with him is Tete of Jamaica College. And Ponsa of JC, his teammate Kiprop. KC and JC, 4 athletes out in front. Gioko leads.
Gioko, a beautiful runner, light on his feet, compact arm carriage, nice easy stride. He too coached by Hamlin Pagan at Kingston College. Kiprop, taller, more hunched in the shoulders. This is JC versus KC. The Ghanaians known for their sprinters. Kenyans known for their distance runners and 4 hurdlers. And the KC boys form a purple wall in front.
Gioko, 5,000 meter winner at Champs, is better event, but here at the corporate area Champs, he won the 1,500 meters for Class 1 boys after finishing second last year. So shorter event, faster event, and he proved to be victorious there. And now this is a longer event. He's moved into second now. His teammate Kiprop leads now.
And the conditions for distance running here now. It's warm at 4:27, but there is a breeze coming across Ashland Stadium to keep things reasonably cool. And just like a car without too much cooling fluids, the body can overheat.
Yes, and when we look at these distance races on the international level, we always see the Ethiopians and the Kenyans taking turns with the lead strategically, because it takes a lot out of you to maintain the pace, and sometimes the athletes take turns taking the lead. So whether or not this is planned, leads exchange in there between Gioko
It's like
and Kiprop.
2:51 for the first kilometer for Kiprop. Looks like Kiprop is breaking the wind for Kiprop. They're swapping turns, being in the lead and pushing the pace along.
Through Anthrick and so many other meets at the prep and primary level. So could you just put your hands
2:51 for the first kilometer.
Sanderson, as we honor her at the
That puts them at a very brisk pace at the end of 5,000 meters so they can keep it up.
Contribution to track and field in Jamaica. And
so 3 out in front now.
Kiprop second, and Jacob back in second.
French, you see, now Celia French Sanderson has been with us from day one. I met Celia in 2009 at Sports Day at Melbourne Prep.
Evans Tete of Jamaica College moves into second place, trailing behind Gioko of KC. So they're starting to separate themselves now. Gioko opening up a gap, opening up a lead there. Tete trailing for JC.
Tete, JC 414. This is Gioko though. Nice smooth stride as usual. Up the back stretch into that stiff wind. He continues to demand attention at 5,000.
Again, this is his stronger event, his better event, and he's starting to pull away now, open up, extending his lead, giving a dominant performance here, but still quite a few laps to go in this 5,000 meter open for boys. Ethan Gioko of Kingston College, the Kenyan, way out in front ahead of Evans Tete, the Ghanaian, who represents Jamaica College. Wilma's athlete Willoughby there on your screen briefly. Gioko still in front, pacing himself nicely. Ethan Gioko of Kingston College. 8 laps to go for Ethan Gioko and all the other athletes in this race, of course. If they want to score points, that is, they have to finish the race. And all by himself is Ethan Gioko. Won the 1,500 meter boys race for Class 1. And now in the 5,000, this is his specialty, and he's showing you why.
So Gioko, second K, 256.
They work in what we call the call room. Now, why is the call room important? Call room is important because every single athlete that has ever run on the track had to pass through the call room. And over 30 years ago, a young man whose name none of you probably know, and in fact, many of the athletes don't know his name. His name is Hugh McDonald, and I want to say the name loud and clear. Hugh McDonald. And
so that's Willoughby of Wilma's back there on the screen, but Gioko alone on the picture now. George's athletes there. Jordan Mills. All eyes on Ethan Gioko leading the men's 5,000 meter open.
Wow, this is nice by Nathan Gioko of Kingston College in Kenya. On screen, Tete struggling with the pace of the KC boys. He's back a little bit, but Gioko has taken off and left the rest of the field for dead now. The top 5,000 boy in Jamaican high school track. His teammate Kiprop back in third and struggling a little bit, but Gioko, after a slow start to the season, has begun to run really freely and is in full flow now.
Bruce, can I work at your track meet? I said, I've already got my full complement of people to work. He said, Bruce,
sometimes you have to use the first couple laps of these longer distance races to warm up. He looks well into his running now, going through comfortably, smoothly, easily there for Ethan Gioko of Kingston College. Leading 6 laps to go. Lapping athlete at this point. Dominant performance. Jordan Mills there for St. George's College. Back to Gioko.
Gioko has looked so good.
All of you here support kids, and all of you kids, all of you parents, and all of you that used to run would have known one very much.
Gioko is in control here. There he is
And today we think it is
in the third kilometer, almost at the end of it, looking as good as he looked on the first lap.
Thank you very much for your services over the years. Thank you very much, sir.
Conditions here very hot. The wind easing up though. 12.5 laps for the 5,000 meters, and Ethan Gioco of KC is making it look easy.
That kilometer 3:06, so the elements begin to take their toll on him. His previous kilometer is under 3 minutes, but it's burning hot. Still he leads.
Justin Webb of Calabar there, and Lamont White of Meadowbrook. Points up for grabs as Ethan Gioco, the Kenyan who represents Kingston College, leads.
Represents and attends Kingston College as well.
Important distinction.
Very important. People might get their, but this is nice running by Gioco. Hopefully what he does will pull others forward. Jamaicans will turn up interest in the longer races, help to build a local distance movement.
With this strategy of bringing in outside athletes for the distance races, do you think that this will help our local athletes build up and be more competitive and take more interest in the longer races? We're bringing over the Kenyans. We know they've had so much international success in the longer races. Is this a good strategy for us?
It could be. It could be. Have to bring in quality that will pull you forward. But I do feel that the Jays race has to go looking for Jamaicans, mixed heritage, who have the physical equipment to do the events.
Still Ethan Gioco, Kingston College, way out in front. Won this twice at Champs. This is his specialty, his pet event. When he gets this title, it will be a distance double for him. Middle distance and 1500 title already. And looking to add this 5,000 meter title to that.
Beginning to lap the field. Gioco coming up on his teammate Kiprop. He's 385 meters ahead of Kiprop, who was in third place. 390, 395. He's one lap ahead of his teammate, and he keeps on going.
That's to show you the quality of running that Ethan Gioco is putting on display here. Really quality feel. His teammate, he trains with him. They know each other's strengths, but yet Ethan Gioco way out in front, lapping even his teammate in second place. That's an enormous feat. Great performance for Ethan Gioco.
3:16 for that fourth kilometer. You can see he's slowing down. It's punishing sun here at Jamaica College, mitigated by this nice breeze coming down from Papine. And it's a Sunday stroll on Saturday for Gioco.
This performance will be encouraging for him going into boys champs as he looks to defend his 5,000 meter title there. He'll be looking to make it 3 wins at boys champs.
Doing great running here in this 5,000 meters.
But first, he has the corporate area development meet title to win right here today. He's in the lead and has been doing so for quite a few laps now, majority of this race.
Yes, Gioco in command for a long, long way here. took the lead very early, surged, took command, stopped the lead a little bit early with his teammate Kiprop. Moved away after that. One-way traffic since that time. Here's a champion. Here's Gioco. Here's the ambassador. Two-time champs 5,000 winner. Here, 1,500 meter class 1 champion.
And his feat seems even more impressive given the fact that
slowing down.
the man in second,
that's clear. But not slowing down enough
perhaps a lap behind.
to give the rest of the field any hope of challenging for the gold medal. His tall teammate Kiprop
It's a Kingston College 1-2.
more than a lap behind, because Gioco has operated at a higher level than anyone else in the field. Not unusual for him.
The other competitor from Calabar.
Comes past the 200 mark. Arms swinging harder. Knees lifting higher. Though he's tired,
Want to know the order?
has tried to lift his pace a little bit.
Gioco. Finishing this one now. Welcome you home, ladies and gentlemen.
Turns into the straightaway.
A lap ahead
The crowd
of his nearest competitor.
respond generously
From Kingston College.
to Gioco of Kingston College. On the last steps of the 5,000 meters, 15:27.42, and his last kilometer, 3 minutes 13.6.
More than impressive win there for Ethan Gioco. Led most of the way in the early parts of this race. He had some company, but for the better half, 3/4 of this race, he had to do it by himself. But it was no problem for him, pushing himself, extending the lead, lapping even the second place athletes in this race, leading, as you said, for more than a lap and a half. Ethan Gioco with a dominant performance here. Looks on track to defend his title at Boys Champs after winning the corporate area title here for Kingston College. Ethan Gioco. Remember that name.
Lap for those two athletes from Calabar and Kingston College respectively.
This is his teammate, Brian Kiprop.
Shaquille Evans and Brian Kiprop.
Still in the game. Still running. In second place for Kingston College, Brian Kiprop.
Big name in track and field. Two-time world champion Aspel Kiprop, built like Brian is, tall with long strides. Kiprop accelerating, trying to get into second place, so Casey can score the big points, 9 and 7 for 16. It's a rally for Calabar in the second position.
Well, there's interest still. Look at this one.
That's Justin Webb for Calabar and
Webb putting
Brian.
up a fight for Calabar for the silver medal and 7 points. But Brian Kiprop shows he has something left and gives KC 7 points for second. Good effort by Justin Webb. Both boys very tired. The race run in hot conditions. Tough for all of them. Kiprop 17:26.21, and Justin Webb of Calabar, a magnificent effort. Was that Shaquem Ellis who finished third? Looked like Justin Webb, but Shaquem finishing third, 17:20.09.
Jordan Mills there for St. George's College, still going. He's not alone. Still has company in this race. Lamont White of Meadowbrook behind him. News there of George's feeling the burn of the 5,000 meters, 12 and a half laps in the sun. Hot, lots of heat here. Tough conditions to be running this race in. But these athletes are showing lots of grit and determination, trying to get those points, trying to get personal best, I imagine, after training so hard. Wilmers still has more running to do. Antonio Willoughby for Wilmers Boys School. Jordan Mills finishes strong for St. George's College, and feeling the effect there, wobbling a bit. He's happy to be finished with this race. Holding on to the clock there. Shaquem Ebanks of Calabar finishes with a sprint. Amazing. After running 12 and a half laps, you find a sprint. You thought you were dead, you thought the legs were dead, but with White of Meadowbrook coming behind him, Ebanks of Calabar found something to sprint home with.
Haven't quite got the schedule right here. The 5,000 running is excruciating heat, and you know, normally this meet is in the stadium and this race run is cooler, and so that's unusual this year for the organizers. But you know, if the meet is here another time, have to get the 5,000 when it's cooler, maybe earlier or later.
So a lot of the athletes getting some support there from their coaches. When you run that long in the heat, you lose a lot of fluids. You get dehydrated. They'll need to cool down, get some water, get some electrolytes. All that sweating will take a lot out of you. All that sweating, all that running. Wilmers Antonio Willoughby makes his way to the finish line. It's not pretty, but he's determined to cross that line, to finish strong. A tough race, tough conditions. And the Wilmers athletes still has more running to go. Only runner left to come home in this race, Antonio Willoughby.
And the 4x4, and that will bring to conclusion the 2024 staging of the corporate area development meet.
Willoughby, Wilmers.
Too much opposition they have toiled through and overcome in the midst of adversity. Tremendous
Heading for the finish.
To be given to the organizers, in particular Ricky Martin,
in this 5,000 meters.
In following through with this meet, that
he's been strong.
A lot of cheer to the corporate.
He's run the last couple of laps alone.
And the context as we
this is the pride of the athlete, though.
The picture for championships.
You want to win, but you want to better what you've done before. You want to complete the task you've started. Character building aspect of sport. You want to win, but you also want to be better than you were before the day before. This is Willoughby. He too raises a sprint at the end of 5,000 meters, and the fans applaud the magnificent effort. And after the 5,000 meters, we sprint away for a break. We'll be right back.